The ego wants to want more than it wants to have. What do I mean by this? Your mind is programmed to keep you exactly where you are. So when you find yourself thinking constantly about what it is that you want to do in your life, that's all it will ever be. A thought, a dream, a desire. But how do you get out of that stage and actually create the reality that you want? We're going to be going deep into this episode, but before we do, I want you to take a deep breath in with me right now. And a deep breath out. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about who it is that you need to be. And I'm going to use my own story as an example for many of the things that I do now, especially when it comes to coaching and helping clients like you guys. Something I really needed to embody before I was ready to embody was asking myself the question, who would I be if I was doing this full time? And that is the moment that changed my life forever. I simply made a list of what it is that I thought I would be doing. I thought what I would be doing to the best of my ability. And I wrote a list. Okay, I will make a podcast episode every single day. I would make a video 2 times a week. I would make a reels, all these other little bits 3 times a week. All of this 2 times a week. I made a list and I simply tried my best to embody that list. Was I ready? No. Was I scared? Yes. Was I terrified? Yeah, definitely. There was moments where I believed this is not going to work. There's moments where I was scared. There were moments where I felt like the resistance around doing something as simple as just completing what I thought I need to do was the scariest thing I've ever done in my life. Why? Because I was shifting who I thought I was. I was changing my reality completely from the inside out. The outside world, inshallah, if it's meant for you, it will change. Let me tell you why. Most of us want to be financially free. Most of us can't even manage our financial situation as it is. So we want to be millionaires, yet we can't even handle £1,000. You know how many brothers I know that don't have a clue where their money goes? And they make a pretty decent salary. And then they have this idea that they think they just want to be financially successful, but their management skills, even with £1,000, is terrible. Imagine what would happen when they have 10 grand coming in every month, £10,000. It won't work. It won't be maintainable. It won't be consistent because why their management skills is not up to par. So how do you do it? You embody the traits, the characteristics of who you think you would be if it was already here. You simply reverse engineer the process. You simply do it backwards. It's like the idea of, okay, cool. If I had 5 clients right now, right? If I had 5 people paying me for my services, for my coaching, what would I be doing throughout the week to support them? What kind of content will I be creating? How will I get those 5 clients? How will I make time for them? There's a lot of logistics around it. Those 5 clients will bring in a certain amount of money. And that is my goal. But for me to receive that money, I must create the system to receive it. Now imagine I don't create that system and I just want the 5 clients. When I don't even have the time to take 5 calls a week. Do you see what I'm saying? It completely contradicts what it is that I want. My actions, my lifestyle, my habits completely contradict what it is that I want. So even if those 5 clients came knocking on my door, the truth is I'll have to say no because I don't have the time. I have to actually arrange my time first. That is the key. How do you become the person that you need to be? You embody the traits. And even if you don't know what it is that you want to do with your life, understand something here. Embody the characteristics of who it is that you think you would be if it was already here. So it doesn't matter. Like back then, I didn't know how I was going to make my money. I didn't know people were even going to come to me for coaching. I just knew if I was doing this full time and I was getting paid from it, what would I be doing? Simple. And the craziest thing is, it's a non-stop journey. Once you get to a stage where you got 5 clients, you start thinking, okay, how do I get 10 clients on board? How do I make it easier for me to work with 10 people a month? Do I need to hire more people? Do I need to do this? Do I need to do that? And you start thinking ahead, but you reverse engineer the process. You reverse engineer the process and you simply just take one step at a time. And eventually you find yourself at a situation where you're ready to open that door and allow your blessings in, inshallah. When I was working my day job not too long ago, right, I know so many people that would tell me about their dreams, their goals, their visions. And the crazy thing is, right, the way they behave, the way they take action, it completely contradicts what it is that they want. If anything, they're half in, half out. The way they are showing up isn't someone who's committed to their goal, to their dream. And I get it. In the beginning, you don't know how to do that. You don't know how to stay committed, because if anything, you're like, is this going to work? You're doubting yourself completely. But the difference between someone like you and someone who's already done it is that they simply stayed committed to the actions, even though that they felt afraid that this was not going to work. Oh my God, if I tell you the stuff that I had to go through to make this a job, the fears that came up to make this a job was, Lord, I was crying at times, man. That's how scary it was, because I was putting so much into this. And I was like, bro, if this doesn't work, like, what is going to happen? Like, this is going to fail so badly. And I still showed up. I still stuck with the plan. And I like to use this as a perfect example, right? Your boy goes gym. Do you know what I mean? I go gym and I go with a lot of different brothers, and I've been doing it for about 12 years. So I know how to push people in certain areas, right? Especially the gym. And I had a brother. I always use this story as an example. He used to go to the gym, but he never really showed up fully. So the results were almost a reflection of him half in, half out. He was never satisfied with his body until he went with me. Now, I was used to pushing myself to a next level. So what did I do? I pushed him the same way. Did he believe that he was going to achieve the results? No. Was he hard to work with? Yes. You know who you are, bro. After about 2 months, he was standing there flexing in the mirror with his biceps, and he was like, yo, look at me, bro, look at me. And I was like, that's mad. 2 months ago, you were telling me how you would not be able to get those results because your body's not built that way. You just don't know if it will work. If anything, he didn't believe that he could get to that stage. And now he's at this stage where he just simply showed up because I pushed him to show up. The consistent action got him the results that he wanted. This applies to your life too. Whatever it is that you want in your life, stop waiting for you to truly believe that it's possible. If anything, let go of the beliefs. Let go of the ideas of what it is that you think you need to know. Just simply make a list to the best of your ability of what you think you should be doing and smash it. Make that your comfort zone. And once you make that your comfort zone, add more to it. Finesse it. Perfect it. You get me? It's the same thing with me. 4 months away from this, and I feel like I'm a complete newbie. This video I've probably recorded about 10 times now because I've keep flogging it. But your boy's still here because I know I need to do what I need to do. I made the plan on the board right behind me. You can see it. I told myself exactly what I'm going to do week in, week out. And I'm going to make this my comfort zone again. And once that becomes my comfort zone, what do you think I'm going to do next? I'm going to start inviting people to enroll into my programs. Inshallah, right? And that's when your boy's going to be caking it again. Do you know what I mean? Oh, yeah. And it's like, if I could go back to the old Minas that was doing this full time, I would tell him, Minas, we don't need you to believe in this. Just stick with the plan, bro. Stick with the plan. And the crazy thing is I work with a couple of students who started from scratch building their own coaching business. And I told them again and again, I don't need you to believe in this. Just stick with the plan and I'll show you. The rest is history. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Do you know what I mean? And it is simple. Goal achieving is simple. And your boy invested over 20k into mentors in the past 3 years. £20,000 I've invested into mentors. And I'll tell you something. There is no difference between you and I and them. The difference is that they have this level of commitment that they make towards a plan because they believe that it is possible. Maybe it's because they experienced it. Yes, they've been living in it. Of course, they've been doing it for years. Of course, take it all away and they'll recreate it. However, if you're starting from scratch, you will be your biggest enemy. Your mind, your thoughts, your doubts, your beliefs. You will get in your way. But if you stay persistent in it, the results will speak for themselves. The crazy thing is, I want you to think of it this way. When you are ready for what it is that you're asking for, Allah will give you what it is that you want. He will not give you what you can't handle. So if you're asking for something that you know you can't even handle right now, and this is a harsh truth for everyone listening, including myself, if you're asking for something that you know in your heart you're not ready for, because you need to X, Y, and Z do a certain few things to get prepared to be able to open that door fully, then you need to do those things. And when you do those things, then go, when it comes knocking at your door, you'll open it. If anything, you'll open it like, I'll be waiting for you. I'll be waiting. Where you been? Alhamdulillah. I hope this episode helped you guys. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Did I miss anything? Let's quickly, what was the word, man? I've been away for so long, I don't even know. Conclude this episode. Let's quickly conclude this episode. Number 1, the ego wants to want more than it wants to have. So stop thinking too much about it and actually write a list down of who it is that you need to be. Number 2, fear is the price that you will have to pay for change. When it comes to making those changes, you understand the fear, the resistance is the price that you must pay, meaning you have to go through it. There is no other way. Number 3, Allah will not give you what you want, but what you can handle. Therefore, make a bigger plate. Master what's on your plate and make a bigger plate. Get a bigger plate, master that too. Then add more. That's how simple it is. I hope you enjoyed that episode. Make sure you guys comment down below, letting me know what you thought of this episode. And if you have any questions, just drop it down below. I'll be more than happy to make a whole video on it. If you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple, make sure you leave me a rating. It really helps people find my podcast channel. Other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'll catch you guys soon. Peace and love. And Assalamu alaikum.